This is Dragon Age Inquisition. We're here on Xbox Series S diving into this, I guess you would say, most recent entry within the Dragon Age series. So be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So, nobody expects the Dragon Age Inquisition, haha. But in a more serious matter, we are getting 900p, 60 FPS with the FPS boost, and there is auto HDR support. And yes, the game actually does run quite fluidly, which is absolutely fantastic if you've been looking at wanting to perhaps revisit this title or play it for the first time. So Dragon Age games, the goal of them is to typically get together a bit of a posse, whether that's one that you sort of throw together or one that is thrust upon you, and you make your way through different war scenarios, battling enemies, with a unique combative system and making dialogue-driven choices as you continue along and make your way within the world. It's definitely a very fantasy sort of scenario, and the games have different sort of eras and styles to them, and of course it's an Age of Dragons. And yes, this was decently early on in the, kind of the Xbox One era. And apparently, years later, the devs kind of noted that they did feel as though some elements were held back because of the lower-end hardware at the time. But alas, it's still kind of a fairly ambitious title. And I'm sure people will have, different thoughts on this one in regards to what it has to offer. But it's still like a pretty decent-looking game. I mean, it's not like it's super sharp or upgraded. It's quite jagged around the edges. You really tell that with like the fencing, the trees, the backdrop. They're pretty low res. But it's still got a quality experience to it that I think a lot of individuals will probably quite like as you go about your world doing intense fantasy. And I guess I can't talk to this guy. He's not interested in talking to me. And we gotta talk to the Master of Horses, Dinette. But I think it's got like a really cool fantasy vibe to it. It's almost one of those titles that you would kind of hope at some point maybe gets a bit of a remastering. That way you can really enjoy the full scope of it at a higher quality, at least from the console perspective.
Name's Dennett. I served our Lehman for 30 years as horsemaster. I hear your Inquisition is looking for mounts.
It is. Can you help us?
See, as you could tell, we're making story choices.
Down the road like you send a letter. Every bandit between here and Haven would be on them like flies on crap. You'll have mounts once I know they won't end up as a cold winter's breakfast.
That sounds more than reasonable.
Might as well agree to his terms, I guess you could say.
Farms and Bronze in charge of my guards. They'll tell you what they need. Until then, you deserve something better than whatever.
Yes. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Mount the horse at the stables. Ask Alina how to make the farm safe again. Oh, alas, we can finally speak with Braun about what's up. So there are some returning characters, I guess you would say.
The master doesn't want me handing those.
And there are rift-type elements.
If you put up a few watchtowers,
and you're in this sort of new landscape within the typical world of Dragon Age.
You said you had a way to help the refugees.
I do. There are too many hills in these parts, good places for raiders and bandits to gather. I've marked good spots on the map. You set up watchtowers there, I'll talk to the master and get your people weapons.
Farewell.
Very well, thank you. So as you can tell, I've got a squad here, kind of a team.
I've got a few ideas.
There are some personalization options, and you kind of go forth there. So we finally get to have a horse.
I heard what my man said. If you want our horses, then we need
Jump over this fence, it's kind of awkward.
Since the breach appeared, the wolves have gone mad. They come after our men like beasts with the water sickness. You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
How are these wolves acting differently?
We've got wolves.
Normal wolves go after livestock, but come at them with a torch and
I gotta say, the fluidity is really nice to have.
It's like
It may not be the most groundbreakingly beautiful game at this time, but having that smoother frame rate just really adds a lot to how this feels. And we'll have to get going into some combat at some point. against actual things instead of just, you know, not having anything to fight. So this is a dialogue sequence. Got a horse! Yeah, an achievement. That's what it's all about. Dun, 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 dun. Not the most graceful of jumps, I must say. At least we can finally get around in style. Time to show you how it's done combat-wise, fluidity-wise, and stuff. I am weakened. This is the rest of my... Oh, my party's coming. Everybody's getting together. So it's got some of those classic RPG elements, right? Where you work as a team, you have different abilities, you fight, you have to watch out for your squad. And you see how it's got this kind of live, in-play sort of combat style to it. You still have like certain timers that dictate your battle stance and whatnot. I didn't think we would be losing so much health at this point. But this would be kind of a relatively easy rift attack. Half the team is dead. Get back up, Varric. And you too, Solus. I can't even believe this team sometimes. It's like, what are they doing out here, you know? I guess I could be, like, healing them. The power of closing the rift compels you! I got a new shield option. I'm so proud of this team. Now I've got an accessory. Crafting materials. What can we craft, actually? Armor schematics, upgrade stuff. Fire-resistant cowl? Ah. Well, good job, everybody. We have claimed this position. At least the grass seems to render at a good distance. I want my horse. Is it because I'm in a battle stance? Off into the sunset, noble steed. But yeah, we're mostly just showcasing the game, obviously, if you haven't quite clued in on that aspect of it. There's some wolves we have to kill. One sec. Stay right here, horse.
That's what the skull helped you find? Right. Not ominous at all.
A shard fry and an achievement for myself. Oh, I guess we got an enemy to deal with. A lot of dangerous foes in this world. As you can tell, very much a high fantasy experience. Still probably rather exciting and worthwhile even today for folks, I would imagine. Our team looks like pretty cut up there. Come on, it's like one guy. We're all shooting blasts at him. Oh wow, that was quite a hit. Take him out, Cassandra. Not Cassandra. Oh, I'm dead too.
It must have been some time since the renegade Templars faced a mage of any talent.
Don't you just hate it when your squad dies? But yeah, you can kind of switch between your team. That's because we're more than one individual. Actually, I wonder if, look at the inventory here. Give her some better weapons? What does she have right now? Sword? Inquisition sword. Yeah, I guess we don't really have too many options, do we? Defender coat. That's what she's already got on, as a defender coat. Nobody expects the Dragon Age Inquisition. Come on, it's 4-1. We can take this person.
I do not believe these are simply bandits. Their armor and training suggest something deeper.
Oh, look, we got a sledgehammer. That's nice. Oh, these are like just critters out here. But hostile critters. We're actually trying to chase this thing down. It's not even going to be worth it. It's a bear! Is that bear gonna like totally kill us? It's got like a skull. You can tell I've certainly played a lot of this. Guys, the bear is following me really aggressively. I'd rather prey on that caribou. So trying to highlight this giant bear monster that is trying to kill me. Dead Ram Grove is probably a safe place. Where you going, Ram? The ram went right through the mountain. Well, at least it went through the mountain at 60 FPS. Good for that ram. Get back here. I'm really bad at hunting down creatures, that's for sure. You would think the higher frame rates would make that easier, but it seems not to be the case. So we stumbled upon a camp here. Smartest thing would be to immediately take everything they have and then leave. It's a very well put together camp.
That crossbow is remarkable, Varric. I am surprised the dwarves have not made more of them.
The woman who made Bianca would rather that not happen. Wars are bloody enough as it is. A crossbow that fires this far and this quickly, with so little training.
Oh, these are the wolves we've been looking for.
Indeed. I am surprised, not disappointed.
Yes, yes, the bear might be too much, but the wolves, these wolves we can deal with. Good job, squad. Thought I'd get a little bit more hands-on. Although it is fun to let the squad fight. Are they still fighting? Oh, the rebel spellbinder. Oh, it's like warring factions. I have died. Now I could become Cassandra. Wow, that guy sent me like off a cliff there. That would definitely hurt the back, that's for sure. Not Arcanos. I shall revive me?
Mages and Templars and innocent people caught in the middle. Some things never change.
I'd like to see out their team. Good job, everybody. I feel like there's not that much of a distance that you really even need to use a horse in this area, but... like a good horse. Roach is always here. Does the rest of the team have... oh no, they just vanish away. Okay. It makes sense. Dun, 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 dun. But I can't make a claim while I'm on a horse. You get a pretty good draw distance. But anyways, yeah, well, it runs really nice on the Series S. It's not necessarily like, visually groundbreaking, but it's a lot better to play with a higher frame rate than it is to, kind of experience it how it used to be, frame rate wise. I like to set up a good camp for my squad, do a little bit of cooking. Acquisition officer. The Inquisition's going quite well.
What is it?
This could help us.
I think we earned this good rest. Whoa, we have a whole potions table that we bring with us? And we can change our party? Looks like I don't have any more trading cards. Looks like we need more silk to pimp out our tents. Makes sense. I feel well rested. I'm glad we learned a lot about each other today.